Welcome to this episode of Boss Talk. I am your host, Joe the Boss. Man, we are about to set this thing on fire. My next guest, man, is one of Philly's top comedians, event
I like
host,
that.
actor,
Keep it going.
just all around, you know what I mean, fantastic guy, man, a teacher. He is the second best host I know. He is the first top host in the city. If you're looking for somebody actually to host your event, whether it's it don't matter what it is, from a wedding to like a comedy show to fashion show, this is the guy for you. Please, to my left right now, Mr. Malcolm Hill. How you doing,
What's good?
Malcolm?
What's good? What's good?
Malcolm's in the building. Malcolm,
Yeah.
what brought you into? First of all, tell me about yourself.
Well,
Malcolm.
first of all, I want to say congratulations on having a show that you've been talking about since I've known you for over 20 years. You
Yeah.
said, nah, the thing we got to do is I've got to do a talk show.
That's right.
And now you finally
right.
here. So congratulations
My
on
hair
that,
was
man.
all black and
Yes,
everything.
when I first met you,
My hair was
that's
all
when
black.
that's when Bin Laden was out, and I first met you, and I said Bin Laden cannot be telling comedy. That's what I first seen. But now everybody got beards now.
Everybody got
but
beards
back then
now.
when I first seen you, I said ain't no way in hell Bin Laden is gonna be telling comedy. And 20 something years later, after they killed him, you still here. You are here. Okay,
I'm holding it down.
You
That's
holding it
right.
down.
I'm holding
Yes,
it down.
yes, yes.
So you saw me on stage,
yes.
right? You
Mhm.
came into one of the shows I was at,
Right.
and I think since then we just been rolling, right?
Yeah. I actually came to that show because a guy was telling one of my jokes.
Uh-oh.
So I came to see him telling
Uh-oh.
one of my jokes. And when I came walking up, he started sweating. He was just patting his head. Hey, what's up, Malcolm? He was sweating. I shout out to So Broke. And anyway,
Wow. Now we're juicing.
And then I seen you on stage with the beard, and you was dressed up, you was sharp. And I'm like, this guy will never make it in comedy. And you've been killing stages ever since.
Thank you. I
I'm
appreciate
proud
it.
of
I
you. I'm proud of
appreciate
you,
it.
man.
Shout out to So Broke.
Shout out to
'cause,
So Broke
he
for
is
stealing my
actually-
jokes. Yes, shout out to So Broke.
There's a lot of joke stealing going on.
Yes, there's a lot of jokes stealing going on.
How do you feel about these joke biters out here, Malcolm?
Ooh, well, I realize now, when I came out in the era when I came out, it was open mic night. Everybody went to open mic night to work on material.
Right.
Nowadays, it's about getting money.
Mhm.
So it's like I can watch you do what you're doing, and I can do it in North Dakota and get paid. So
Right.
now it's a hustle. Because see, years ago, everybody wanted to be a rapper.
Mhm.
Everybody wanted to be they wanted to be a poet. Then they realized poets wasn't making no money. So
Right.
then everybody wanted to be a rapper. Then they realized you only gonna get Jay-Z and a couple of guys. So
Mhm.
now they say everybody want to be a comedian. So it says it's easy to be a comedian because I can watch what you're doing and say it in another city and get a standing ovation, and people will be booking me, and that's what it is. That's a different era from where I came. When I came out, we was working on our own material.
Right. Okay.
But this is a business now.
That's funny when you
Yeah.
say when you came out. What made you get into comedy? How did you know comedy was your thing?
I used to enjoy having to stay after school.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually was one of the first people, I'm not proud to say, I got left down twice, okay? All right? You ain't have to laugh that hard, okay? You ain't have to- okay? Yeah, I got left down twice. I was one of the only kids in the city of Philadelphia that got left down. I might be in the Guinness World. I got left down twice. But
Okay.
And I used to love staying after class.
Uh-huh.
And because after class, it was all people bad like me.
Right.
And I was able to make them laugh. And
Mhm.
I realized that everybody was gravitating towards me, making them laugh. So I was looking forward to, doing that. And I'm like, man, this is coming easy to me. You see what I'm saying? And then I had got a job at Children's Hospital, and I used to be in the cafeteria at 11 o'clock every day. And it was jam-packed with people trying to sit in there with me
Mhm.
for me to be talking. And they said, man, you're funny. We got to take you to the Laugh House. And I didn't know what the Laugh House was.
Right.
And they said, we're going to go down Thursday, meet us down on South Street. We're going to sign your name on the list, and you need to, right? So I went down there. The whole job was down there. And they was like, I'm like, well, what am I going to do? They said, well, talk about what you was talking about today. And I was talking about how my father's car was counterfeit. And this
His car was counterfeit?
His whole car counterfeit. Everything was car was counterfeit. And the cop pulled us over, and the whole car counterfeit. There's 2 stickers in the windshield. Come to find out they was 2 trespassers. Okay, he didn't pay for nothing on the car. The license plate was on with Velcro. Just take it off.
Pull it right off.
Just pull it right off. He ain't had no insurance. So I was talking about that. They said just talk about that, and I've been on stage from that day on.
So so basically you saying coworkers from your job
Yeah. Shout out to
said
Lamar.
you
Yep.
are funny. Shout
Yeah.
out. It's so funny that you said that.
Mhm.
Where's the I got a special guest for you.
What?
Can you bring him out?
What? Get the heck
That's-
out of here.
That's so
Yo.
funny.
Yo.
Come pop in real fast
Oh,
on
man.
screen. I just
This
want
dude right here.
I tell Malcolm all the time
Yo.
when he make it big and on a jet, this guy's supposed to be with him. Get him in there real fast. This is Lamar.
He's the reason. I'm the reason. Yes. That he did his thing.
Finally got it out there. I surprised you.
I didn't see the reason. I said, yo, you should do it. I
Uh-huh.
said, go do it. So the first night he went, I didn't go. I didn't believe he was going to do it. He killed it.
Uh-huh.
I said, oh, second time I went, he bombed those.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
bombed those. Yeah. So I just want to say I'm proud of you, bro.
Oh man.
Keep doing your thing. My man,
Yeah.
I'm proud of you as well.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank
Why
you.
you gonna bring
Appreciate
him
it.
out here, man?
Thank you.
All right. Shout out to Lamar, man, for telling me
I
to go
got
down
you.
there. And he ain't get a dime from me since. He never, all that money I made, I think about it, I never gave him nothing.
Yeah, you owe
I done
him a
made
lot of
thousands
money.
of dollars because of that man right there. They didn't give him a dime yet. I'm just realizing that.
That's-
So I'll see you next month, Lamar. Yeah,
Wow.
so yeah.
That was just when you told me that story, is I had ran into Lamar, and then he told me, and then you was telling me, I was like, wow, I finally met the guy
Yeah.
who put you on stage, because you don't get that. You don't get a lot of
Right.
people who like normally see like your raw talent and say,
Right.
I believe in you. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Like that's hard out here for us. So
Mhm.
the fact that this man believed in you enough to say, I'm going down South Street.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign your name on the
Yeah,
list.
Yep.
And know that I know that, you know what I mean?
Right.
I believe in you enough to make this thing happen.
He'll tell you that the cafeteria was a little room, and they would make sure I could sit in my seat. No one would sit in my seat, and everybody would come in there every day at 11 o'clock, and them people be in there crying. Like I've had people in tears, and I should have, like he told me, oh, you need to write this down. I said, man, I don't write. Okay, I'm Jay-Z. I don't write nothing. Okay, I don't need to write. Okay, and I haven't not. That's real rap. You know I don't.
Right.
And I don't write, but I just think everything's funny to me. Like right now, like I'm looking at you. You're the sharpest man in the world, but I'm thinking about the WB Frog right now. That's what I'm really thinking about. like everything's funny. You know what I'm saying? But so, no, I'm just playing. Anyway.
Trying to get me back.
Shout out to Joe, man. Me and him has been doing shows for years since I met this guy. We've been all over the man. We've been
Yeah,
all
I
over
got
doing
issues
shows.
comedy tour.
I got issues. He put me on my first comedy tour, and we did like I don't know how many shows. We had this little van, little small, tight, little. He even this guy got this little tiny van for us, man. He bought, and we was all over the world, man, doing shows, man. So
Yes,
maybe
yep.
it was my first tour with you, though.
Yep,
So
yep, definitely. We was traveling all up and down the East Coast and
Yeah.
went out west.
Yep.
And it was an adventure, man.
Yeah,
It's an adventure. Comedy, right? A lot of internet stars now with the internet comedy and the stage comedy. How do you feel about the internet comedians?
I mean, it's a different lane, like I'm not great on the internet. You know what I mean? I don't know. These guys, they know how to get followers. They know how to tag certain people. They know how to get it out there so that their following to go up, and a lot of these promoters are booking guys off of the followers, thinking you got 1 million followers, so it's going to be 1 million people at the comedy show. And they are being totally wrong about that. Okay. But, but, everybody has their own talent. Like Country Wayne is very, very talented on the internet and on stage as well. I can't say that, but a lot of people are very, very talented on the internet. It's two different things to do. And,
Right.
and I mean,
So you said when promoters see these guys with, or whoever the performers with,
Mhm.
all the views, right?
Mhm.
And they got like a tons of following.
Yeah.
They may not get to the show and be funny, or they don't bring people out.
the promoter don't care if you're funny. The promoter wants to make money. So when he look at your Instagram, when he go to book you, he see you got 14,000 million followers on your page. They're going to book you before. And when I first realized that is I was doing a show with King Karan. I never knew who this guy was.
Mhm.
Now it was me, Smokey, and Tommy T. Smooth, and we was on this show in Atlantic City and was supposed to be hosted by King Karan. I didn't know who this guy was. And me and Smokey and us, we've been doing stand-up. So he came late. So the promoter's like, Malcolm, I want you to host the show. So I'm started hosting. Long story short, soon as King Karan come walking in the door, I'm on stage and I'm thinking I'm killing it. Well, as soon as he came, and I realized it was all women in the room. As soon as I come on stage, everybody's turning around with their camera and start filming this guy walking in the door.
Forgot
like,
about you.
You forgot about me. Like, who is this guy? Right? So he comes in and he gets on stage, and I swear to God, for first 5 minutes, only thing he did was this, a dance. Play that music again. And that was play it again. And he just kept right? So no material. And then he talked about how he just got out of jail. And when I tell you the whole room had their phones up just filming this guy. So I went to Instagram, said, let me find out who it was 2 million followers. I said, oh, so that's why they're watching this guy.
Right.
It don't got nothing to do with him on stage. They want to see him in person. No matter how great you are in stand-up comedy, if you don't have an Instagram presence, don't nobody care about you. They think you're not funny. They'd rather see King Karan perform before Malcolm Hill.
Mhm.
That's just how it is. The world is about Instagram.
Instagram. So,
Mhm.
what the stage, right? What do you prefer more? So you did a couple of movies, right?
Right.
How was it? You prefer the stage or the movies?
I prefer the stage when I could be myself. You know, as you know, they always, for some reason, make me host the shows.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So you know that. Like, if you look at my Instagram,
Normally, that's when I'm not available.
right, when he's not when he's not available, they always make me host the show. It could be 5 comedians in the room. Automatically, he's the host, right?
Right.
Because the host has to set the tone on how the show going to go. If the host is corny, then a lot of people going to struggle because the audience is going to think everybody's corny.
Mhm.
So when the host sets the tone, it makes everybody say, okay, this is a good place to be. When you sitting there watching a host and he's not doing a certain way, you sitting there thinking about, oh man, I need to be going somewhere else. So then the first guy, when he comes on, he's going to struggle.
Right.
So I'd rather be hosting shows.
On
But
stage.
on stage. I'd rather be on stage. Yeah, definitely rather be on stage. Yeah.
Movie with no script that tell you to do what you want to do.
Well, you know, whenever they put us in scenes,
Right.
they just say go. They just tell us what the scenario is and they just say go. We was like, what's the movie we was in?
Yeah, that movie.
He's in a movie
Saturday.
called Saturday. We had shot a scene and they didn't even give us a script. They just said, okay, action. And then we had to, but I like that better though.
Yeah,
I can be
that is a good feeling when
Yeah.
I guess with the producer and the directors and everything, they have enough faith in you
Right.
that you just be natural, be
Mhm.
yourself, and
Right.
and make it funny.
Right.
Your biggest accomplishment as a comedian.
You know, for me, like I just did the show with Earthquake. I've opened for Bill Bellamy a lot. I've opened for Michael Blackson in the beginning of my career. I opened for a lot of people, you know what I mean? You know, Paul Mooney, everybody. You know what I'm saying? I perform with everybody. But for me, you know, it ain't even about who you're performing with. It's about me being able to do what I do best. So
Right.
every time I'm on stage, it doesn't matter who else is on the show or how big the room is. As long as I'm able to do what God give me the gift to do
Mhm.
and do it well, that's my satisfaction. So I don't have a big moment like being at the Keswick Theater and all that. I done all that. I done did the Met 5 times,
Mhm.
you know, all that. That stuff doesn't mean anything to me. What means to me, I could perform at a small room and get the same satisfaction as I would being at the Met.
So you done the Met 5 times.
Yes.
You just did
Keswick Theater with
Keswick
Earthquake.
Theater.
Yeah.
And still Lamar has not got one dime. That's just your biggest accomplishment as a comedian. What like your show? What show did you feel like I killed it? I ripped. Like I had a good set. You know what I mean?
Corey Holcomb show.
Mhm.
And everybody came to see Corey Holcomb. And I proceeded to, can we cuss?
No.
Okay. I proceeded to put foot to chops. Okay. And once again, they was like, oh man, you should have been the headliner. Yeah.
Call you next.
No, Corey Holcomb, right. And I'm telling you, and that people was leaving when they was leaving because he was so grimy, you know, and after what I did and I set the tone when he was so grimy, you know, like talking about flushing the baby down the toilet
Mhm.
and the toilet going around in circles.
Right. He has that.
Yeah,
kind of material.
right. And that's his kind of material.
Right.
So they was not ready for him. And it made me look even better. So we in the lobby, the whole building is taking pictures with me. He's over there. The whole building
I remember that.
taking
show.
pictures with me. And this is one of the biggest comedians in the world at the time. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that happens. You know, anybody can have a bad set. You know, anybody can do bad at a certain time. One thing about comedy, everybody's gonna do bad. It's just when you're gonna do bad. It's like being in the bed with a woman. You can be saying, oh, I'm gonna tear that ass up.
Right.
And that's the day you had the worst day of your life. And she looking at you like, this is what you do. No, this ain't what I do. No, this is, you can't, you know, you get one shot.
I wouldn't have said it that way. I would have
Well,
said
yeah.
like boxing or something. Like,
Well, like boxing. Okay.
yeah, I
You're
don't know. I
right,
never
right.
had that feeling as a woman.
You never.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
not
I got a
gonna-
hairpin trigger. Okay, my thing goes fast sometimes. You know what I'm saying? The older you get, it gets faster. It's a hairpin trigger. Sometimes even rubbing up against her, it just bam, boom, right up in there.
Well, how many years of comedy you got in this business, man?
Oh, about 25, almost 30 years. We started out with Kevin Hart. I did not realize that, you know, you can make that kind of money. When I
Right.
seen, you know, Kevin Hart and me was two guys. I didn't realize you can be worth $100 million doing
Mhm.
this. You know, I was just doing it because people just said you were good at this.
Right.
So now once I realized that, hey, you can get some money out of this, you know, everything is a bit, you know, you try to take it more serious. I wasn't taking it serious. You know what I mean? Like Kevin Hart, when we first started, we was going to open mic night every Wednesday and Thursday at the Laugh House, but I did not realize that he was going to New York Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
hmm
I didn't know that. So when I come back, I'm like, well, Dawn, how this dude getting better and better like this, right? He was taking it serious. He knew that you can get to that money, and he quickly got to that money.
So now that you see cats like Kevin Hart, you
Mhm.
got Michael Blackstone's, these
Mhm.
guys making millions of dollars.
Mhm.
Are you at a point in your life now where you're ready to take this like serious all the way?
Like I said, man, I just, you know, whatever God puts me at is where it's gonna be. Like I said, I'm satisfied. You know, that's like Teray and all of them always say, "Oh, Malcolm's scared to succeed." You know, they Capone and all of them always say that about me, you know that.
Mhm.
And it's like I don't do it to try to be rich or to try to be an internet star and all of that. I do it because it comes easy to me,
Mhm.
and it's just something that I love to do. So whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? They say, "Oh, you don't want no success. That's why you ain't doing what needs to be done." It could be. They could be right.
Well, you said something to me years ago too, and I didn't really have that outlook on it until then.
Mhm.
But I felt like from my life and how I came up and the things I've done in life, and you said like you can die tomorrow or stop comedy. I ain't gonna say die.
Mhm.
You can not do another show tomorrow
Yep.
and be happy and be satisfied with the body of work that you did in your career.
I succeeded. I succeeded. I've surpassed what I intended to do. You
Mhm.
know, when like Lamar, I never intended on doing all these shows like that in front of all these people. You know what I'm saying? I did not think that was even nothing to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so if I don't even do another show, I already realized to myself that I'm capable of doing what I watch people on TV do. Like I said, like, you know, he knows I don't write. You just see what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna wood, I'm a natural.
Right.
So I've already succeeded what I thought I was gonna ever do. So
Mhm.
I don't even have to do another show. Because I've had standing ovations. I've been in limousines. I've flew, you know what I mean? They flew me out, you know, in planes and all that kind of stuff. So everything that you see, I've done that.
Right.
So if I don't do another show, I'm cool.
So you flew in planes,
Everything.
you've been in limousines,
Yeah, all that.
you did shows on
Mhm.
boats and everything.
Yeah, all that. Everything.
And still Lamar has not got a dime. Yeah, doing it, Lamar.
Yo, he gonna try to sue me. I can see that now. If this thing go to another level, he gonna win his cut.
Lamar,
He gonna win.
a little bit more, Lamar.
Little
We
bit
got
more.
him. We got him. Malcolm,
yes.
some comedy giants, right?
Mhm.
Let me know which one you pick, either or, and then tell me why.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy or Martin?
Martin, because Martin is a physical. You know, I like his style. He's a physical. You know, Eddie's great.
Hmm.
You know, Eddie has a presence. You know, he has stage presence. But Martin, to me, is a physical comedian where you can actually see everything he's talking about.
Okay.
And that's my style that I like. That's the style I like.
You got a top three comedians?
Oh, my number one comedian ever, of course, which people might not believe it, is Mike Epps. Mike Epps is my favorite comedian of all time.
Okay.
And because, like I said, I like he's saying stuff, down to earth stuff, and he's visual. He's everything. So my first best is Mike Epps. Second best is a guy by the name of Talent.
Okay.
Right? And Talent from New York City, if anybody knows him. And everybody else is it's just them two. Just two comedians. I follow their style and I follow their pattern. Oh, well then I could say JB Smoove years ago, not JB Smoove now. JB Smoove, people don't know. Kevin Hart will tell you, when we first started, JB Smoove was the best comedian on planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Kevin put him on that show, right? But people don't know that he was a funnier guy than Kev at that time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So JB Smoove is JB Smoove. you know, Mike Epps and a guy named Talent from New York City is my best comedian.
Shout out to Talent, man. Talent actually on the show
Yep. Coming up.
Saturday
Yep.
for Mother's Day. I got another one for you before we go.
Mhm.
Just off topic, off comedy and everything, right? Because I know you're a big sports fan, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it to basketball.
Mhm.
Jordan or Kobe?
Oh, Jordan.
Why Jordan?
You know, he came out in an era where you could be physical. I mean, people get punched in the mouth and they just say it's a foul,
Mhm.
and you just keep playing. You know, back then, you wasn't getting thrown out the game. People was fighting, rumbling, and then they would allow them to continue to play. He was able to still do what he do through those type of times. You know, people got it easy now. You can't even you touch nobody now. You know what I'm saying? Well, you get thrown out. Same thing in football. If you hit somebody, you getting thrown out. So if you can come out and do well in an era, you know, same thing like comedy. We didn't have no navigating system. I'm sitting there trying to find the place off of MapQuest, and I done got 2 pages missing, and I'm lost because 2 pages is missing. Everything is easier now than what it was, and same thing in sports. You know, when Mike came out, it was more tough, it was more physical, and he was still able to do what he's doing. That's hard to do.
That's good. That's good. I feel the same way.
Right.
Shout out your Instagram, your Facebook, man. Let everybody know where to follow you at. You got any shows coming up? What's going on with Malcolm Hill?
I got a show with Michael Collier, 3 shows Mother's Day with Michael Collier at Wilson's. This Sunday, I'm at Wilson's with opening up for Michael Collier. And you know, I got a lot of stuff. But follow me on Instagram at comedian Malcolm Hill. That is comedian Malcolm Hill on the Instagram. You know what I mean?
All right.
And I'm very proud of you, man. And this is what you was looking for. And
For years.
Yeah, for years, man. He said, forget about being in the movies. The way to get it done is a talk show. And I'm gonna be a talk show host. I said, man, there ain't no more talk show hosts. He said, watch this.
Now everybody's talk show.
Now everybody's a talk
Shout out to Gilly and Wallow.
Gilly and Wallow. Everybody's 100 talk shows now.
That's right.
But when you said it, you should have did
I
it
should
when
have
you
done
said
it
it.
back then, right?
But hey, you can catch him now. You catch up to him.
I'm
This is the first one. You're
That's
gonna
right.
catch him.
That's right.
And I do believe you will. You know what I mean? With your support, you will. And this is a good set. You know what I mean?
Philly Podcast Studio, man. I shout out to my partners here. Also, big shout out to my sponsor tonight, Leo's. Y'all know Leo's on Germantown Avenue. Check the Hat Game. That's where they come from.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
that's what I do. So, yeah, this is Boss Talk, man. I thank y'all. I thank you for coming.
Thank you
You
for
know, I
having me, man.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Always. You put me on the road to this comedy thing, and
Yeah, definitely.
and not just you know, helping me with my comedy, but teaching me the business of it.
Right.
A lot of people don't understand the business of actually putting together a good show.
Right.
The seats have to be right. The air gotta be right. Like everything had to be right. So
Everything.
you taught me all that stuff from the jump. So
Right.
I appreciate that. I thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully one day me and Lamar can get some money out of you. I'm Joe the Boss, man. Thanks a lot. We really appreciate y'all watching the show. Drop some comments and hit the like button and make sure y'all share it. Please share it. Share these videos. Malcolm Hill.
Can we edit some of that
Comedian
out?
105.
though?
We're not
That
editing
Michael
nothing.
Blackson part out.
We're
please?
not editing nothing.
Oh,
Thank y'all. See y'all next week with the next episode.
I'll
Joe
never
the
get
Boss.
booked again. Oh, that clock.